Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Tuesday, May the 4th market update. On the economic front, U.S. pending home sales rose by 5.3% in March, bringing the index to 102.9. It was noted, though, there are some signs of sales slipping due to the expiration of the home buyer's tax credit. Big surprise. On deck for tomorrow, the monthly ADP employment report and the weekly petroleum status report. The dollar was up today. Pretty big move up actually for the dollar. Gold, silver, copper, and oil were all down. So the commodities took a hit. Light sweet crude futures were down $3.45 to settle at $82.74 a barrel. First, we'll take a look at the UUP, the dollar ETF. So you see this big gap up here. Of course, gaps typically do usually get filled, and this one got filled. So, but the MACD's turned up, got some good volume here, so we may have more upside, or it could retest before it goes up. But looks like it could have some more upside in the dollar. Over to the West Texas Intermediate Crude point and figure chart. We are still on a buy signal. So for us to go back on a sell signal for crude, we need to print this one box below the prior column of O's, which would be 81, and we do have some trend line support here around the 82 level. So, and we got as low today as 82.65. So we'll see what happens here. Of course, if we print that, we'll have like a triple bottom breakdown here on crude. So we'll be watching that each day. Let's take a look at the Dow. So the Dow closed down 225 points to 10,926. S&P closed down 28 points to 1,173. Nasdaq closed down 74 points to 2,424, and the Russell closed down 23 points to 709. The Dow held up the best, still closing down 2.02%, and the Russell had the largest percent loss, down 3.15%. So of course they're getting rather small caps. Techs were pretty heavy too. A lot of profit taking continues probably there. So the Dow has broke this, had some support somewhere around this 10,975 or so area. So we broke that. So it's looking kind of weak. Let's see here. It is still above its 50. The gold line's the 50. So we are still above the 50. Take a look at the SPX. Same way here. We actually are setting right on top of the 50 on the S&P. 1,168 is the 50 on the S&P. And probably more importantly, probably as far as health of market goes, NASDAQ, we are above the 50 on the NASDAQ. So market was pretty nasty though. Let's go back to the SPX. Let's take a look at let's do about a 30-day, 60-minute chart. So as you can see, we've been here. This is like April 21st. We went up. This is April 27th. Went back up. Now we're at May the 4th. So we'll see what happens here. MACD is way oversold. I'm pretty sure we'll get a bounce. I mean, there's several scenarios that can play out tomorrow morning. We could open up much lower and then grind a little higher during the day. Or we could just, open up, flat and move higher. I don't think, we're really kind of grinding it out here sideways. So I think we'll probably hold here at least for now, possibly, and the MACD is kind of bottomed, so we'll watch that. Well, but so far we're kind of in this channel down, so we'll continue to monitor this on the 60-minute chart. So let's go back to, let's see here, the volume across the indices, as it always is when they're selling, was 80 to 100% higher than average. Lots and lots of high volume. Over to the McClellan oscillator to see if we're overbought, oversold, etc. Minus 46. So we're in that oversold territory. We need to really get down in this area more, minus 60, 80 somewhere. We need to get a little more oversold, but we're getting there. Let's take a look at gold. Gold actually held up pretty decent. We do have some support here around this 114. So gold's holding up all right. Silver, not so much. Silver's kind of lots of selling in silver today, and it's kind of breaking down here. Copper, it was already nasty, and it got even worse today. And what else? XLF financials breaking lower out of this triangle here, breaking lower today with volume behind it. Look at the VIX. VIX, huge move, up 18%. If we go back up here, we are around this channel. We've been, which it doesn't have to be exact, but we're kind of around this channel down that we've been in. We'll see if we take that out and continue higher or what happens there. Let's take a look at the sectors. So all 16 sectors we follow finished in the red today. The drug index held up the best, down only 0.56%, and the semi index was the weakest, down 4.53%. So let's go to chart watch. And of course, as usual, when the market's nasty, DOG short the Dow, and this is not a double or triple, so might consider some of that. Obviously going higher right now. SDS ultra short S&P 500. TWM short Russell. And you have to really watch these if you're going to hold them. TZA same way, continues higher. BGZ higher. FAZ financial bear 3 times, especially these double and triple leverage ones. Dog would probably be safer if you can't babysit it all day long. Then we take a look at gold. Talked about it already. It's holding up. There was some things holding up. Or Eldorado Gold holding up pretty well. Sold off some, but it's trying to hold this 1550 support. IAG holding up so far. AEM is trying to hold above that 61.25 or so. Holding up so far. GG's looking good, holding up. GOLD, as long as it can hold this this trend line here. It did bounce off of it today, but that's a pretty decent looking chart. And then a lot of the real estate operation stocks were either up or pretty flat today. ESX looking real strong, lots of buying coming in today. A lot of the real estate operations was incredible. SLG, this thing's holding up well. Lots of volume coming in today. You could actually watch for a breakout here. PPS, Post Properties, going higher. HF, another real estate property. This thing, had earnings, and this thing moved up 7% today. It's incredible. UDR, another real estate operations, about to break out higher. AIV, another one, looks good. Nucor is actually holding here, but you could probably short it if it breaks this trend line. But there wasn't heavy selling in this steel stock today. It was kind of unusual. I like the pattern here. So you keep an eye on Nucor here. It's trying to hold support there. And so is X. We talked about X yesterday. And, touched here, and it touched here. And it's trying to hold here. But again, this would be a great short if it breaks down. I mean, if the market continues to sell hard again, then these will probably break down. So it could be a long or a short. STX held up well. Held right there. It looks like it's kind of Dragonfly Doji. And so it held up well. So there was a few things holding up. FFIB, tech stock held up so far. SanDisk holding up so far. CHRW holding up, as long as it's going to hold that 60. There was no heavy selling either. If you look here, there's no heavy selling in it. CYH, Community Health Systems, holding the 40 and it's holding this trend line here. Not really heavy selling. Then NAV was up higher today. It's holding up. Line Energy is looking pretty good. Holding this pattern in here, bounced off the uptrend line. JP Morgan, if it loses this 42, say 50 or so, it's going to get nasty. So keep an eye. You could actually short that or go long if it can break out above the downtrend line. And then Pfizer had earnings, broke out higher today, so you might want to keep that one on your list. Let's take a look at the current market signals. Follow the point and figure charts of the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P. Nasdaq was already on a sell signal. The Dow printed a sell signal today. New price objective for the Dow is 10,600. Just take a quick look. So now we got another one. So here you go. We broke down here. Quadruple bottom breakdown. Nasty. that's pretty strong. So this 11,000 is now going to become pretty strong resistance on the way back up. So broke down, so it's on a sell signal. Remember, the Nasdaq's already on a sell signal, and the Russell is also, even though I don't track it on the home page of the website, the Russell is on a sell signal with a price objective of 680. All right, so I don't condone jumping long unless if you want to take a chance, but wait and see what the market does. No big hurry. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching InvestSharp's daily market analysis.